Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, everybody has heard of North Texas Giving Day, but you might not have heard of the nonprofit behind it. Their journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team. And the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, who hasn't heard of North Texas Giving Day? But as Paul Harvey would say, we're going to tell you the rest of the story. Monica Christopher with Communities Foundation of Texas is in the studio. Monica, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys are, North Texas Giving Day is a household name, but I bet even after 70 years, there are still people who have not heard of Communities Foundation.
Yeah, it's really quite amazing that we've been around for 70 years in North Texas and people don't know what we do. So when I get that question, I tell them that CFT, which is how we refer to ourselves in a shorthand, is kind of like a charitable bank. We are a nonprofit organization that helps individuals and families and businesses with their giving. We want to make North Texas, very philanthropically inclined, and sometimes that's a little overwhelming to know how to get involved and where to give your money. And so we help people be better givers.
And there's a kind of a misunderstanding about the kinds of families you partner with. It doesn't, you don't have to be rich to work with you guys.
Yeah, I think that's a very common misunderstanding. We hear about the big names, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, and more recently Mackenzie Scott, who are giving away billions of dollars. But to be a philanthropist, really, you can give at any amount. I've seen very small dollars have big impact. To work with Communities Foundation of Texas to set up a donor-advised fund or an account with us, you really just need $5,000 to get started. So we work with families and donors of all sizes, some that are relatively small or modest, and some in the multi-millions of dollars.
So if there was a company that felt like our millennials and Gen Zs really want us to stand for something more than the almighty dollar, we want to find a nonprofit, they would come to you and say, hey, we feel called to homelessness or homeless pets or something like that. And
yeah, that's one of our sweet spots, is we can really help, whether it's a company or a family, think about how they want to strategically make an impact. We have some fun exercises that we will take you through. One is a deck of cards that just has words on it that list different values. And that's really a starting point. What do you care about? What are your values? And then what types of causes and organizations can we help you find that align with those values and what you want to accomplish in our community?
yeah, and it's a wonderful organization. I had the pleasure of working with Monica about a decade ago, and just great people over there. We're going to pull up the website and scroll down the website because as you guys continue to grow and partner with more people, I'm just wondering what is the state of philanthropy these days? COVID was just really tough.
It really was. And anytime there's a crisis or a disaster, people often think about, gosh, what can I do to give in this point in time? We are seeing that right now in Turkey and Syria, with what's happened in the earthquake. People are very aware that there are great needs. And certainly that was true in the pandemic. People really rose to the occasion and gave to their local food banks and social service organizations, even organizations like arts organizations who had to close their doors and weren't able to continue their performances. So people really gave quite generously during the pandemic. But as with any crisis or disaster, faster once things have kind of moved on and gotten quote unquote back to normal. The giving kind of stops a little bit. And that's what we're finding right now. People are not as acutely aware of the needs that continue to persist following the pandemic, but also how nonprofits have been affected by inflation and having trouble finding staff and having to pay them more. Their expenses have gone up exponentially. And so in order to be able to meet the demands for their services, they have to be able to raise more money. And that's where all of us can come together and give generously to support the important work that they do.
Sure. I remember when I was at Channel 4, I interviewed a nonprofit one time, and they said, Jeff, because of the Great Recession, some of our donors have become recipients. So the need is greater than ever.
It really is greater than ever. We follow lots of different trends in philanthropy, and one of the most interesting ones recently is that the dollars actually given annually have continued to increase. But the number of people that are giving has actually declined. And so obviously that's something that we all should be concerned about, because so much of giving historically has been through, the middle class or modest givers who may just give a few $100s here or there, or maybe even $25. But when all of us come together and do what we can, that's when you really see the exponential impact. And if everybody is not participating, either because they're not able to, or they've just decided to sit this one out, that's where we need to start being concerned.
We're going to show a video in a second, but I want to set this up by saying, what year did North Texas Giving Day start?
Yeah, so this will be the 15th year. 2023 will be the 15th year for North Texas Giving Day, which is the largest online community-wide giving event in the country, right here in North Texas.
Outstanding. And this is a very generous community. Let's go ahead and roll last year's.
We are here at 5 o'clock in the morning because it is North Texas Giving Day. North Texas Giving Day is truly a collaborative effort with so many nonprofits participating, over 3,300 nonprofits.
I have described it as magic, but underneath that magic is the hope that we can use this event to come together around community, people who love their community, that want to help organizations that deliver services that we desperately need. And that's truly a hope.
Everybody cares about something. Our job with Giving Day is not to tell you what to care about. It's to tell you, do something about what you care about. I mean, literally, there is an organization on the Giving Day platform for everybody. No matter how niche or specific your particular passion is.
I think what happens on North Texas Giving Day, we are all focused on doing something good. And so that's the hope that's provided on a day like today. North Texas Giving Day is that rallying cry where we all focus on what we can do to help. And that's a shared hope, I think, across race, across age.
North Texas Giving Day is a phenomenal program. There's so many great nonprofits in the North Texas area, and it gives the community an opportunity to really find their passion, see organizations that they can not only give to, but be a part of.
And at Amazon, our goal is to be the most trusted business and community partner in this region. And so I can't think of a better way to achieve that goal than by partnering with the North Texas Giving Day team and supporting so many nonprofits across this region.
It's important because we use it to feed kids for the holidays. The money comes in right before Thanksgiving, so we end up using it for food. And if there's any left, we use it for the Christmas holiday.
North Texas Giving Day is important because sometimes these nonprofits don't get the love that they need. And so this is just a really good reminder every year of, hey, go out, support your community, donate, give your time, any sort of thing that you can give back to your community.
I try to be at every activity that they have. Sometimes just meeting the right person opens doors that a donation doesn't. It's easy to have someone donate to you, but to make an actual connection with someone. I've had donors come to our concert just to see the girls, see what they're putting their money into. So those connections mean more to me than just someone donating.
When you think about the population size in North Texas, I mean, we literally have barely scratched the surface. So there's a whole lot more opportunity to grow and engage people who are new to the region, who haven't given before, who aren't involved with a nonprofit, they don't serve on a board or currently volunteer. And those are the people that we really want this to inspire and speak to.
I feel joy. I just feel joy being part of this. Tomorrow I'll feel pride because I know whatever the numbers are, I'm going to know we did every single thing that we could do to maximize this event.
Wow, I got chills. You've got a very special place to work, don't you?
We really do. You know, we get to help people do good, which is very special, and we don't take that for granted. And, you know, on North Texas Giving Day, which is such a special day, that's when everybody can be a philanthropist, whether you've got $20 to give or, you know, $20,000 to give. We have this great platform that allows more than 3,300 nonprofits to participate. And so you can find what you are most passionate about and what you care about in your own backyard, and then be part of this community-wide movement. So save the date. September 21st, 2023 will be our 15th anniversary of North Texas Giving Day.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot because you've helped countless individuals and people that you will never meet. But every once in a while in the life of anybody, they say, wow, this is why I do what I do. Is there a person or an organization that comes to mind when you think about how lucky you are to get to work for CFT?
Gosh, that is the hardest question you've asked me today. You know, I often say that my most favorite nonprofit is the one that I just visited, because they just being there and seeing the important work and the impactful work that they are doing is so meaningful. You know, I think I get to work with so many individuals who are very, very generous and who want to do good and just need a little bit of help to do that. You know, I love working with families who have young kids who are trying to teach them, you know, the value of giving back. And we sit around a table and talk about, you know, the organizations that they want to support. And all of the, you know, kids in the family have different reasons for wanting to support those organizations. Or a family who has, you know, lost a child and has been struggling with, you know, the mental health implications of that. And, you know, philanthropy can be also very therapeutic to help other families not experience the same kind of things that they have. So, you know, whether you care about arts or animals or education or the homeless or food banks, whether you've benefited from nonprofit organizations, there are some special ways that we can all give back to make our community thrive and to help our neighbors.
Wow. And I will just compliment you as your friend. You are the perfect voice and face of the organization because you have a heart for it, for sure.
Thank you, Jeff.
We're going to end with the website, which is cftexas.org. The great Monica Christopher, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.